Hi everyone, my name is Ethan, and I want to tell you the story of how my parents abandoned me at birth. And, many years later, as I grew older, I found them and started stalking them. Sounds creepy, doesn't it? But you listen to the rest of the story. Don't forget to subscribe, and bookmark it already. I used to not know I was adopted at all. I lived well, my parents really work hard and late, so they hired a nanny for me since I was little. My nanny was awesome. Mom said that during the year they fired her, but this nanny was something particularly professional. She went into business with her head and became like a second mother to me. Nanny bathed me as a baby, cooked my meals, cleaned, read me books, and did my homework with me. She always came to my rescue when my mom wasn't home and even defended me fiercely on the street. I loved her like a member of the family. And she got paid well. Well, one day when she was cleaning the house, an aunt I didn't know came to our house. The nanny didn't hear her knocking, so I opened the door myself. Hello. Who are you looking for? Mr. and Mrs. Rawl. Do they live here? Yes, but they're not here yet. Can I take a message? Is your name Ethan, by any chance? That's right, yeah? That's me. How do you know me? I'm from social services. I'm here to check on you, to see how you're doing in foster care. You're doing okay, right? What family? The foster family. The contract says they'll raise you with no secrets. Oh, yeah, that's right, I know. It's just, I'm having so much fun here, I forgot I was adopted. I'm so glad you're coming in. No, I can see it in you. You're healthy, the house is nice. Are you studying? Yes, in school. You're good. Who does your homework with you? My nanny. Do you have a nanny? Yeah, she takes care of me because my mom and dad are at work. That's really nice. The nanny doesn't hurt you? No, not at all. She's like my mom. Well, I'll see you next time, Ethan. Wait, can I ask you a question? Yeah, sure. My parents, my real parents. I forget my mom and dad's names. Mr. Ben and Mrs. Monica Wachowski. Nice of your parents to let you keep the name they gave you. Yeah, and the last name, too. Well, I say that's nice. All right, goodbye. Bye. I was in a state of shock. At one point I found out that I had foster parents and immediately found my birth parents. Then the babysitter came up and asked what was wrong. I turned to her and tears came to my eyes. After she calmed me down, I told her what had happened. No way. I'm in total shock. You didn't know? Me? Well, I don't need the details. Yeah, I understand. I was wondering why I have a different last name, but my mom said that I got my last name from my ancestors. I wonder when they promised to tell me the truth. Well, as long as they cared about you and loved you, that's true. But I deserve to know the truth, don't I? And why did my real ancestors screw me over? People have all kinds of circumstances. Sometimes you have to go to extreme measures to survive. Survive? Then why give birth at all? What? This information doesn't make me feel any better. I'm sad and I'm sorry, my boy. Nanny, don't tell your parents about this yet. Are you up to something? I'm going to find my parents and talk to them. What? Why? I have to. I want to. I'm going to find my parents and talk to them. What? Why? I have to, and I want to. The babysitter tried to talk me out of it, but then my mom came over. We chatted, I pretended that nothing had happened. After dinner, I went straight to a friend of mine whose dad worked for the police and asked him to get on his dad's computer once to find these people. Jasper was reluctant, saying that if my father saw it, he'd be dead. But I told him I'd give him my console for a week.
A month?
2 weeks.
2 months.
3 weeks, period.
Okay.
My job was to distract Mr. Crowley while his son was poking around on the work computer in his room. I did all sorts of things, asking him to sit with me in the bathroom like I was scared. At the last minute he went into the bedroom, and I started coughing loudly. Jasper managed to climb out the window. Did you get it?
Here is the flash drive.
All right, thanks.
Where to? I'll come with you. I'll get my Xbox.
Oh right, okay, let's go. I gave Jasper the set-top box and quickly ran to the computer myself. I opened the file I found. There were only 3 families with that rare last name, so I decided to visit each of them. The first family immediately fell off the list because they were black. The second family was elderly, they were about 100 years old. I asked them if they knew me, just in case, and I showed them my childhood photo, but those old people fell asleep without even listening. The third family was farthest away, they lived in another city. And here I needed the help of my nanny. I persuaded her to go there with me so that she could take me by car. On the way, she asked me 100 times to drop the idea, but I was determined. When I arrived at the place, I saw a beautiful lady about my mother's age get out of the car and go into the house. A handsome man follows her in a hurry. They enter the house. "Are you sure?" "Yes." I rang the doorbell and they opened the door for me. The lady greeted us with such a bright smile that I was even confused. "Yes, who do you want?" "Ah, me? I need. Are you Mr. and Mrs. Wachowski?" "Yes, that's us, and who are you?" "My nephew is looking for relatives with the same last name." "Oh, that's out of the question, we don't have any relatives. My husband and I are on our own. So sorry, goodbye." She closed the door in my face. I was so dumbfounded, I felt ashamed. We got in the car and drove home. I was very loaded. In the evening I found her on Facebook, looking at their pictures. They looked happy and none of the pictures had kids in them. It made me feel even worse. The nanny came by to check on me. "What's wrong with you, my boy?" It's not like they don't have any money, or that she's sick, or him. Apparently, they are enjoying life, and apparently, I have become just a burden, an extra in this family. "What are you talking about? You don't know what happened there." Everything is clear. They go on trips together, they hang out. All they have well, and they do not need children, child-free, as they say. "Ethan, does it really matter? All that matters is that they're fine now." "It does. Even my mom didn't want to babysit me, so she hired you, so there must be something wrong with me." "Ethan! Get out." "But Ethan," I said, "get out." I felt bad. I couldn't get over the idea that I was an unwanted child. I started following their lives every day, looking at their photos, reading their posts, sneaking to their house, and just watching from the sidelines. Their life was flowing and bustling, full of parties and trips out of town. It made me feel even worse. My anger finally overflowed when I saw my own mother coming home and telling my father that maybe it was for the best that they were living this life and that she was lucky to have him. I got out of my anger and started yelling at them, screaming that they were irresponsible and selfish liars. "What? Who are you? Wait, you're that boy. What do you want here?"
"Go away before I call the police."
"Don't like me?" My own parents weren't just party poopers, they didn't even want their son? "Who? My son?" Then the babysitter ran out of nowhere. "And what have you lost here?" "I came to get you." "I found you, God. You don't answer the phone, your mom is worried." "My mom's worried. There she stands, in front of me, and yeah, she's not worried. She doesn't even care about me."
"Hey lady, take your baby away."
"My own? I'm your son, you're my father, and she's my mother. Don't you recognize her? You throw me away as a baby and you don't even remember."
"What? I'm sorry, but we never had children."
"What?
"We can't have children for health reasons, and we never could."
What does all this mean?" "Who then?" "It's me." "What?" "I am Wachowski. Anna Wachowski. That's my real name. I'm your birth mother and I couldn't support you, so I gave you up to foster care. Then I found you a year later and got a job as a nanny."
Oh my God, it's like a soap opera.
"Honey, they need to be alone together. Come on." I walked up to the nanny, looked at her. "Are you telling the truth?" Nanny cried bitterly, then fell to her knees and screamed that she had regretted it all her life, but she was afraid I would starve to death. And then she didn't have the heart to tell me, so she decided to be with me as a nanny. We got home late at night. My foster mother didn't know the truth either. A big scandal broke out and it dragged on for a long time. The nanny was fired, and she came to see me every day. The foster parents were against it, but I went out with her anyway. Because I wanted to, and now, she's about to file to get her custody back. And frankly, I don't mind anymore. Tell me guys, did you like my story? Write your opinion about it in the comments below the video, Don't forget to give likes, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.